What do you make of Le'Veon Bell's business strategy this year, Amy?
It's tough to say for the following reason. We don't know what he was advised. We don't know if he was advised in one manner but chose to not take that advice. And certainly it is absolutely his right to proceed in any manner he believes best for himself. So while I have concerns about the decision he made from strictly a financial standpoint and the ability to recoup money, the ability to recoup a year of life, so to speak, not in a literal sense, I don't question the decision of someone else to do what he believes was the right thing and in his best interest, irrespective of whether I do or I don't.
No, I know. I hear you. It seems, though, that he just he had a point that he wanted to make, that his value was not what the Steelers were valuing, and he was not going to show up. And then maybe he thought he needed to, and then he found out that he didn't. I'm curious to know if that was part of it. But I understand him not showing up now, right? I mean, he's got to pay. He's got a payday where he needs to make $14 million more than he was going to, essentially, right?
Sure. And Rich, you know as well as anyone that every player is one play away from a catastrophic injury, a career-ending injury. And when I say catastrophic, I really do mean that, not simply in a career standpoint. We had a running back who had a life-threatening injury that not only ended his career but could have been far worse. So, if he made this decision for strategic reasons, I will not question him because it is his life and his decision to make. But I did have the sense that there was some amount of confusion with respect to this, with an understanding of the rules. Again, I don't know what his agent was advising him. It also strikes me as somewhat sad. I just wonder if he was happy with his decision or if this snowballed.
Amy Trask here on the Rich Eisen Show. So how do you think management types in the NFL, general managers, owners, team presidents, will approach Le'Veon Bell's impending free agency, with him being out a year, and also with his suspension history? And I don't bring that up to denigrate at all, but that is what is always going to be put in there, because those don't go away. Those accumulate and potentially manifest themselves in a longer suspension next time out. How do you think he will, what type of contract do you think is going to be put in front of him?
Well, it'll be organizational specific, as you know. The points you made are not only 100% accurate, but so important. There will be teams, whether it's ownership or management, that look at the points you just noted and be wary in proceeding, either because of the suspensions or because of the manner in which he handled things this year. And there will be plenty of other organizations who simply say, can this man help us win? And as you know, Rich, the owner for whom I worked often didn't look at anything other than whether or not he believed it could help us on the field. And while that is absolutely commendable in some instances, there were other instances in which I thought he should have factored more into the analysis. This isn't one of those, though. Or I should say the suspension issue is something to look at. I wouldn't let what he did this year impact my decision.
At all, huh? None.
I really wouldn't. And I guess I should put one footnote on that. I would have to have a conversation with him about it. And I would have to understand what happened. Was this calculated? Does he feel that he was well advised? Did it snowball? I would want to understand what went into the decision. But the point you made as to the sort of cumulative nature of suspensions and punishment, that's a real concern.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.